Okay, an update, some additions to the garden. Not just plants, but a mole and some white flies. And there's the beautiful new colors of these snapdragons that are coming up. And some baby plants growing down in there. Gladiolus and everything's doing fine. I cut this bush down because of the wind. It looked really beautiful, but the wind knocked down some blooms that didn't get to bloom yet. And to show you real quick here, as you can see, they bloom from the bottom upwards. And when they die out, if you don't cut them, they're going to start putting all its energy to creating seed pods and not flowers. So pinch them off with the fingers or scissors. And here's one you can see. It's trying to start a pod. I'll come out later and do it. You don't want to do that until, like, say maybe September or October, depending on your weather. And then you can have them flowers all the way through. Here we had orange and whites and pinks and yellows. A view from over here real quick. And then the new addition, Froggy. Some new growth coming over in here. How big these guys got. Sunflowers, gladiolus. Here's where a whitefly problem happened in here. I'm using garlic and oil to keep them off. Not sure what that guy is right there. Some beautiful cosmos. And as you can see, some things got blown or fell out of my hand or whatever the case may be. I can't tell if you can see that, but that's like a watermelon or cucumber. Another one and another one. And like I said, I'll stake them, replant them, and help them spread in the best way. Here's another snapdragon that came up. That's probably a weed. If I'm correct, it's gonna grow a giant, huge, spiky ball that attracts these bees. Look at these guys. They doubled in size from last year and the year before. And again, you take good care of them and they'll regrow. That's like a mixture color, yellow, pink, and orange. And down below in there are other stuff starting, zinnias and marigolds and stuff like that. How about this sunflower? All right. So two of the bushes. Looks like they're going to be pinks and yellows. That weren't there last year. They got flooded out and died. But lo and behold, they're back this year. Same thing with that guy. Look how big and beautiful that guy came. And there's some more stuff that randomly grew. Some lupines. We got unknown flower. And then we have some carrots down in there. And there's red bell peppers. Tomatoes. The dill garden. The basil. The cilantro. The parsley. And over here, my new addition of strawberry. And that one's doing real good. That's my rosemary I transplanted. I'll show you why. There's two down here. They're not doing well. The one upstairs in the pot's doing well. The mole got to this one a few times and dropped it in the hole. So, and then that's a lupine down there. So that's what you look like for lupine. And next to it is larkspur. I'll try to show you a better one. Look at this beauty. Sunflowers in the back. Just a whole big mixture. And whatever has to be staked and raised up, like tomatoes or watermelons or cucumbers, or replanted or anything, I'll do that. When the flood came, it mixed the baby seeds everywhere, like, I guess, and it really distorted it. So we got some more snapdragons there. You can see the shape of them. And then the bigger one growing real fast. That was like the size that I just showed you, and now it's that size. All right, so that's cool. So those guys right there are larkspur. And that guy right there with the funky leaf is lupine. All right? Not bad so far for a first-time gardener, huh? We're gonna follow the building, and then we're gonna go to that side. Gladys. And there you guys go, Amy and whoever back home, so you can tell. That's your lupine gonna grow. could be beautiful yellows or blues or whites or pinks or purples or mixtures, because I think I got a mixture. And they'll be like snapdragons, very similar, but they'll reseed as well. Do the same with them. Okay, here's where the mole comes in. There's a nice sunflower and gladiolas. As you can see, the mole hill. And it took this one down. So a baby one looks to be all right. The big guy, there was a hole there. I pulled it up. It was detached from the bulb, so I'm not sure. And there's another of that. So he came over this way, and he went through there, he or she. Here's how beautiful these store-bought cantaloupe melons that I ate and put the seeds in 24 hours after I ate them and watered them. In the far back are the baby honeydews. And then we got red bell peppers. And we got more tomatoes. And then there's just a mix. I think that's a rogue watermelon. If it is, then it's growing the best out of anywhere. And then you can see this is just going to be wildflowers, and that is hopefully lettuce and lettuce. The seed company gave me some plant. I'll show you inside. It ain't lettuce. I'll wait till you see it. You're going to laugh. And then this is just a mix of all different kinds of flowers and sizes. I do have another strawberry out here, growing well. Not sure what those guys are. Tons of them, but I don't know what they are. You can see this guy right here. And I put garlic from the store, and that grew, one garlic grew two. The mold got me in here a little bit, but everything's recuperating and recovering and looking to grow. And there's some red bell pepper in there. Just some small flowers that kind of popped in and blew with the wind, I guess, or the rain, and did its thing. I see now that the mole is out on the outside here. So the mole got to this section too, but it recovered. And some sunflowers in the back. A potato experiment. That potato is a half a potato that looked like it wasn't going to make it, so I put it out here. This is where the mole first saw, and I popped him up, and he was taking my rosemary into the hole that he dug. There's a mix of wildflowers, zinnias, marigolds, and whatever else. Tomato plant I put out here to see how it would go after it didn't do well in my house after 2 years. Some more out here on the corner. Look like blanket flowers. We got some snapdragons on the right of the circle. I had a whole handful, I don't know where they are, and then I replanted some others in there, like marigolds. Over here is another beautiful mix of sunflowers, of cosmos, of lupine, of larkspur, and I don't know if you can see, it goes down this way. I can't tell if the camera is picking that up. Oh, look at that giant butterfly. So from this side you might be able to see the continuation of it. Here's our normal bushes that flower beautiful flowers. But the real flowers that were in between haven't been here for 4 years. I'll show you what they used to look like. Watermelons in the 5-hour section of sun. And some more beauties back there. And some more beauties here. Trying to grow lettuce on this side too, if it in fact is lettuce. I got a second company seed of lettuce, and it still looks like it ain't lettuce. She planted her stuff out here. I gave her stuff, and then she transplanted it. She made it look nice too with that. And with that. And then in the front, the same kind of stuff here. Marigolds, I don't know if we can see. Marigolds. Gladiolas, and she's got her own stuff too, so you can see it from a distance. Looks desolate over there until they start growing. And they got some bushes, glads, bushes, glad, and a nice sunflower made it over here. I put up a few of them, only one made it. And here's a good example of lupine when they start to grow. You can see how they shoot out those flowers. They managed to beat the weed whacker guy that I told don't come over here. I'll take care of it. But he did. So there's some lupine, and then I got some marigolds that are going to be mixed. So that should look really nice, small and tall and different colors. So white flies, a mole, tons of wind, 90 to 100 degrees for about a week and a half, and now it's going to be 95 to 100 again this week. A couple big downpours, moles. Take you upstairs. So here's some when my snapdragons, my originals, were flowering and growing like crazy. I dug some out and snipped them, and I grow them here. But now I want to put them in the ground because I got blueberries, dwarf blueberries coming. And here's some wildflowers. Some have been going on for 2 months. There's Sweet Williams, there's violas, there's forget-me-nots, there's snapdragons, there's what do you call this, lavender, and there's some foxglove. But man, they're taking them forever. Here's my cucumbers that are a month earlier than down there, and as you can see, they're not as strong, and they, for whatever reason, there's the white flies. I gotta have to hit that with some of that thing. They say to use neem oil, which I'll have to get some. The garlic is working sometimes. Anyway, you put these in the sun, take them out of the sun, bizarre. And I know it gets hot because of the thing, but I keep it like where it slowly gets sun, and it still does it. Some of my glads didn't make it. Some of them are still hanging in there. And my wildflower mixes that also don't do well in the sun, which is bizarre because they're the same as down there. These guys love sun. They just got to stay watered. Marigolds and zinnia. There's my rosemary. Now here's my strawberries compared to down there. You see the difference? This is the same planting, same time, a few days ago, and you can tell that down in the ground it worked out better. It worked out way better than what these are doing. And here's another one. And these strawberries will do shoots and make other strawberry plants to either snip or leave them in where they grow like a root thing in the air, and then a plant, and then another root thing into the ground. And they are double season, harvest summer and harvest in the fall. And here's the raspberry I just got yesterday, and same company, but I chose to buy one bigger plant than the tiny little roots. More snapdragons from my original plant that are looking good. Social garlic. You can eat the stems, the flowers. I never dig up the bulbs. I'm surprised they haven't regrown yet. Red bell peppers that have been like for 2.5 months, and they haven't grown too much after this. They shoot up real fast. They're over there as well. Tomatoes from the store that were organic, and I put the seeds in. These tomatoes and the ones on the ground are from seeds I bought. They're all organic and non-GMO. More red bell peppers. A wildflower mix. Celery. Cilantro. That was, I think, parsley that I had to cut because of the white flies. Trying to get balloon flowers going, which is very difficult. These guys, I don't know if they're called tulips or something. Had them for like 4 years. They grow and then die and grow and then die. They've never formed the flower that you look down into. It looks like sort of like a candle holder. My gorgeous Christmas cactus. Some grass that I have no idea. And my garlic that doesn't do too well. But the heat has been so extreme heat, so things in containers can't really be in the sun like they're supposed to, so they're not doing well. My awesome whatever plant it is from my neighbor grew about double its size. It's tropical, it looks cool. Alright, so this is supposed to be lettuce again. Now, in the next room I'm going to show you. This is a brand new company from about a week and a half ago. It does not look like lettuce. It's supposed to be red romaine lettuce and summer bib. Summer bib is very small. Alright? I'll show you that in a minute. And one of those balloon flowers, very difficult. Poppies and whatever else. These guys inside are taking so long. Even though they have light in here and everything, if I put them outside, they die. So here's one of those romaine lettuces from the first company. And as you can see, definitely not lettuce. They don't know what it is. Here's my zinnia that's not doing all that well. Down in the ground it grows short and big leaves. In my pot it's growing straight up in the air. I cut the cactus off of that. off of my Christmas cactus, and I put it in the ground in there, and it grew well. And here's some parsleys and stuff like that. Some more snapdragon from my original plant, and some more snapdragons from my original plant. These are like an example of when I didn't know how many seeds would actually germinate, and then they all germinate. So here is the first seed company that's supposed to be, this one was supposed to be Tom Thumb lettuce. And it just grows this and then a little taller and then flimsies and died. They resent me packages that were packaged a few months later. And so there's the original and there's the new package. Don't look like lettuce to me at all, right? Now how about this guy? This is the Super Red Romaine from the first company. And they have no idea what it is, and they swear that it was supposed to be red romaine. Look at that. That's what it grew after 2 months, not even. Maybe 2 months it grew that. And here's some more. The same. And then I got my basil started in here, and some herbs started in here as well. Some basil and the rest of the herbs, as you can see, the herbs, and they're growing pretty well. Everything's growing well. Dill, cilantro, parsley, all kinds of stuff in here. But these, I have no idea what they are. They had a slight mint smell, but not really. So they're turning into trees. They haven't flowered yet, and they're about 3 feet tall down there. So interesting, huh? So that's the update. Here's a topical view, overview. So a mole, some white flies, some beautiful growth, some new additions. Hold on, truck. Alright, that was a mole, white flies, strawberries, raspberries, potato experiment, heavy wind, extreme heat, 90 to 100, going into our second or third week of that. And I have to basically do my own water. We did get a nice rain shower yesterday, but it wasn't enough on some of the sections, so I'll have to go do that. So yeah, pretty cool. First time doing any kind of flower gardens. The only thing I ever did was a rosemary bush in New Jersey and some herbs. That was it. So everything's coming up pretty dang cool. Alright, so I want to show you the update. That's about a week and a half to 2 weeks after that initial video of the gardens below. How fast that sunflower grew and some of the other things. Alright, so yeah, I don't know if I'm making this video public or just to my family, but lots of love to you, and like I said, I want to see all your guys' flowers and how you guys did it and what's growing. Just love the fact that those cantaloupe and honeydew melons from the store have grown so beautiful, or at least the cantaloupe so far, because they say you're supposed to wash them, dry them, rinse them, let them sit over in an envelope in the dark for a year before you plant them, and mine just planted and grew perfectly. So yeah, that's cool. I don't know how well you can see my below from here because of the shade, but it's awesome to look down upon. All right, love you guys. Bye-bye.